An amygdala hijack. I gotta show you this. All right, check this out. This is a PDF that I came across on the web, and I'll give a link to it in the video. But check out what an amygdala hijack is. The amygdala is the fight or flight of the emotional memory part of your brain. Its job is to protect by comparing incoming data with emotional memories. An amygdala hijacking occurs when we respond out of measure with the actual threat because it has triggered a much more significant emotional response, or much more significant emotional threat. For instance, the amygdala will react similarly to the threat of being eaten by a tiger, physical threat, and the threat of an ego attack, emotional threat, by bringing on the fight or flight mechanism. All right, I've been explaining this. I've been talking about the amygdala and the neocortex and that sort of thing. And what is happening in your life here, people, is you are being hijacked by this stupid part of your brain, the amygdala, all right? So check it out. When one experiences an amygdala hijacking, the amygdala overtakes the neocortex, the thinking part of the brain, and there's little or no ability to rely on intelligence or reasoning. The immediate result of a hijack is a decrease in working memory. Adrenaline is released and will be present and effective for 18 minutes. Check this out. Hormones are released into the bloodstream and will take 3 to 4 hours to clear. You get this anxiety, and it's going to take you 3 or 4 hours to get it out of your system. During the hijack, the number of perspectives accessible decreases. Instead of 4 possible solutions, the observer will see 3, and then 2, and then only 1. And when only one choice remains, the hijack is complete, and the observer returns to a default habitual behavior. You just habituate, and that's what is happening here. Now, in this PDF, they gave us some interesting ideas of how to stop this amygdala hijacking. Check this out, okay? A model to interrupt the amygdala hijacking. Stop. Physical withdrawal. If possible, name the trigger or emotion. If impossible from a physical withdrawal, at least name the trigger or emotion. Keeps the neocortex engaged and active and helps to prevent the amygdala from taking over. So just name what's going on. Just get it out of the out of the amygdala and get it back into the neocortex. Oxygenate. Taking deep breaths with intention and purpose. Pay attention to breath. Keeps the neocortex engaged. So by breathing, you're getting oxygen back into the neocortex, because remember, the amygdala is taking all the energy. It's taking everything. It's shutting everything down, because remember, you're being eaten by a tiger. Wouldn't you want that? If you're being about to be devoured by a tiger, wouldn't you like a part of your brain to just take care of everything? But I'll tell you what, your boss is not a tiger. You losing your job is not a tiger. You not being able to pay your bills is not a tiger. You're going to live through all of that. You're going to live through it all. So you can't be down in that amygdala. You got to be up in the neocortex. You got to be in the neocortex so that you can think rationally, so you have multiple solutions, as opposed to fight or flight. What am I going to do? My wife tells me every time that she gets worried, all she wants to do is run away. She wants to quit and run away. That's her instinct. And I definitely know that feeling. Oftentimes I feel that way, but then I'm ready to go and attack it. Attack that tiger. Everybody reacts differently to those things. But both are wrong. When you can't pay your bills, you don't want to run away and you don't want to fight it. You can't kill a bill. It's impossible. You have to think about what you're going to do with the bill. You need to make lists. You need to organize your life. You need to relax. You need to chill out so that all of the rationality of your neocortex can take hold, and that you can use your human brain to solve your problems, not your reptilian amygdala brain, because it'll just tell you to run away, hide in a closet or something. It's not going to solve your problems. It's not going to solve your problems. A couple different solutions too. Strength and appreciation. It's difficult to get hijacked while focusing on appreciation, particularly if you can appreciate the source of the hijack, the person who said whatever or caused the hijack. So thinking positively, appreciating the amazingness or just thinking about other things in your life that you appreciate. Do you know that petting a furry animal releases that it gives you renewal type of energy? Thinking about a 4 or 5 year old child gives you renewal energy. going to church with a loving God, incidentally, not a fear involving God. A loving God gives you renewal, exercise, sleep. These things give you renewal. And then finally, they suggest survey the landscape. Take the time to revisit the hijack experience after it's completed to learn more about what happened and why. Work to identify the trigger to better manage emotion or interrupt the hijack early. So this is what I want you to do. Next time you're getting hijacked and you're feeling all fighty or flighty, I want you to write down all those feelings. I don't want you to solve it right now. I don't want you to solve it. I want you to write down everything that you feel. Like, oh, this happened and this is how I felt. Like, they made me so mad. I wanted to kill them. I wanted to just quit. I wanted to give up. And write it, get it as thorough as you possibly can. And then, when you feel stronger, when all that's chilled out in a day or 3 to 4 hours at least, come back when you feel confident and address every one of those concerns. Say, all right, this is how I really should have handled it. Or, this is how it really played out. The next time this happens, this is what I'm going to do. Okay? And then, when you get hijacked again, then you can pull out this list. I'm not going to say it's going to solve your problems, but it is going to start interjecting some unusual behaviors that you normally don't do. It'll start to get you back into that neocortex a little bit because you'll look at it a little bit more rationally. It takes practice. But I'm here to tell you something. You have nothing to fear. There's nothing on your plate to be afraid of. As long as you're not being attacked by a tiger, you are going to be okay. So get out of that amygdala. Get up in the neocortex. Think rationally. You can do it. That is what your human brain wants you to do.